Okay, so part B says fill in the is right child and parent methods. Assume for both the I is non-negative and notice that the root has node number 0. Is right child returns true if the node number I corresponds to a right child. So is right child of 2 and is right child of 4 would evaluate to true, and is right child of 0 and is right child of 1 should evaluate to false. Parent returns the node number of the parent of the given node I. For example, parent of 9 should evaluate to 4. So for is right child, first thing that we need to note is that 0 will always return false because 0 will always be the root and it can never be considered a right child. However, when we start going down the tree, we notice that all the right children have even node numbers. So F has an even node number, H has an even node number, N, Y. They all have even node numbers and they're all right children. All the left children have odd node numbers. So that's D, M, Z, X, and F over here. They all have odd node numbers and they're all left children. So that can be our condition for is right child. And the way that we check if something's even, if we take it and we mod it by 2 and that gives us 0, then it is even because that means it's evenly divisible by 2. But we also need to make sure that if 0 is passed in, that is right child is always going to give us false. And so we can add on another condition, which is that if I is greater than 0, sorry, that's terrible, then it should, or if I is less than 0 or equal to 0, then it should also always give us false. So first we check if it's even. If it is even, we make sure that's greater than 0. And if both of those are true, then we do have a right child. Parent is a little less intuitive than is right child because we have to see what numbers the children are at and what their corresponding parent is. So if we look at all of our siblings, they are all one node number apart. So for example, Z and Y are siblings and their numbers are 7 and 8. M and N are siblings and their numbers are 3 and 4. And so if we took 3 and we divided it by 2, in Java with integer division, that would round down to 1, which would be our parent. If we took 7 and we integer divided it by 2, that would round down to 3. If we took 9, divided it by 2, that would round down to 4. And so we have a pretty solid way of getting our parent using the left child. However, what about the right child? If we took our right child and we subtracted 1 from it to make it 7, and then divided it by 2, that would round down to 3. And if we subtracted 1 from our left child, for example, in this case 7, that would give us 6, and 6 divided by 2 would also give us 3. So to find the parent, all we have to do is take our number, subtract 1, and divide it by 2, because this will round down for numbers that are odd and numbers that are even. It'll just automatically give us the correct parent.